This is day 2 of this workout phase, and we're on the end of the workout phase. We've been running this for 3 weeks. So I put out day 1. It was upper body, it was overhead press day, push-pull day. So I hope you watched that one. You could run that Monday. Today we're going to do legs. We're going to start with squats, and we're going to run this on a Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be an off active recovery day. So I'll see if I'm going to film a little bit of that. But in today's workout, it's going to be brutal. I am not looking forward to it. This is the last phase of this. Squats are going to be 12 reps with a 4-second eccentric, which is going to be just absolutely terrible. I'm not looking forward to it, 100% honest. But I am happy because it is the last week of doing 4x12. And I'm telling you, it's rough. So we're going to do pre-workout. I didn't talk about this in the last video, but we're going to do electrolytes. Just electrolytes right now. And I did creatine this morning. I did 5 grams creatine this morning. I do 5 grams every morning with electrolytes, and now collagen, doing collagen. And if you want better absorption with collagen too, do it with a supplement that has vitamin C or anything like that. Just anything that has more of a, it's called, can't think of the word, I'm having a brain fart. Damn, dude, I'm having antioxidants. That's it. Antioxidants will help speed up the absorption rate of collagen. So you want to make sure you do that. So I'm going to slug this because after I take this, then I'm going to be drinking another scoop of electrolytes with a full scoop of essential amino acids, which this product is great because it has ATP in there and it has L-tyrosine in there, which is awesome. L-tyrosine helps with neurotransmitter dopamine, which allows me wanting to get shit done even after my workout, because I know I'm sure you don't feel like doing anything after your workout, especially if you train pretty damn hard. And that's how this workout's gonna go. It's gonna be a hard-ass workout. I just wanna get done with the squats. You'll see why. Just like the workout for upper body, if you watched it, we did a nice warm-up for upper body. And now for lower body, I'm gonna spend some time taking you through my warm-up and how I prepare my legs for my first exercise. And to be honest, I used to never stretch like this before I trained upper or lower body. So I spent about 10-15 minutes on my warm-up for my legs before I get into my workout. And I'm talking about soft tissue work, mobility work, even maybe a little band work, whatever. Whatever I'm feeling, I think I need, I'll do it. And it's based on what I believe my body needs, based on what I believe is tight, that needs to continue to be stretched and worked on. So everybody's different. You have different needs than I do. You have different stretches that you need to do. You're probably wasting your time on some stretches that you don't even need. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. And this is gonna be a voiceover too. We'll do another voiceover for the workout. Before we start the voiceover and going through the workout together, I want to make sure that you hit that subscribe button, because it's going to help me as a small YouTuber to grow my channel, so I'm able to hit more people and to be able to help a lot more people and build my community too. Because if you're like me, I love being in like-minded communities that are just want the best for one another and want to learn and just want to feel better in the gym and feel better in life. And that's what we do here, is we do things right, so it sets us up for more longevity. Because bodybuilding or not, my goal is to make sure that you are training for a long period of time without injuries. So let's get right into it. Anytime I hit legs, I start off with a warm-up, 10-15 minute long. I foam roll first, and then I stretch, actively stretching. So I did elephant walks for hamstrings, calves, and now we're doing a frog pose for adductors and a little internal rotation of the hip. So you want to make sure when you do that, when you're pushing your legs out, trying to open up your legs a little bit, get deeper a little bit. This 90-90 stretch is fantastic. If you do feel a pinch in your opposite leg behind you in the hip area, that's just because we got to create more space from the femur and how it sits in the hip capsule. And there's a stretch that's coming right here. This banding distraction drill that you're about to see, I have it all the way up in my femur where it meets the hip, so I'm just actively moving it back and forth to create some more space, so it should feel good. And you could retest that, get back into like a 90-90 stretch just to see if that pinch is still there. Hip airplanes, fantastic. Adductor, opening up, getting the glutes and everything to work. Here's 3 rounds of warm-up. So I always start off with the bars and doing like 10 reps, just kind of seeing how things feel. And if you have a hard time squatting the bar itself, yes, you have some mobility issues that we got to clear up. You should not need weight to put on the bar to feel more balanced. You should feel balanced right now. I feel super balanced doing this. And this is the best I've ever felt. And I'm going to be honest, I never felt like this before. It's because I cleared things up. I got mobility better. I got some imbalances stronger, so I don't have any strength imbalances for my left right leg. And if I do, they're very, very little. And most people that I see, lifter or not, are always imbalanced. We're all imbalanced from the start. So our goal is to get balanced. So this is our first warm-up. I'm hitting 5 reps here, just feeling everything out. When I talk about warm-up sets, I'm talking about gradually building up to your working weight. You're figuring out where do you want to start for your first set. When we get into a warm-up, our second warm-up, I've increased weight, and I'm going to hit 3 reps. So as I increase weight, I'm decreasing reps, and I'm getting closer to where I want to start. And that's key. A lot of you just rep out 135 pounds for reps, 10 reps. Like you're wasting energy on weight that is not going to do you any good. That's why if we're going to rep out, we're going to do it with the bar only. That's it. So I'm doing 3 reps here. And I know where I'm starting, but I want you to know this is how I always warm up for my A lift. And you're about to see what the A stands for, because there's a system that I follow that allows our training to be as efficient as possible. So here it is. Back squat is our A series lift. It's our priority lift. We're doing 4x12, which is absolutely terrible, with a 4-second negative. And if you're new to tempo, I highly recommend that you start doing it, because it's going to create more longevity in our joints, our tissues. Eccentric work is fantastic for the connective tissues, the ligaments, the tendons, and the muscle. So ligaments and tendons are more avascular, so they have a hard time getting blood. So when we do slow eccentrics, that helps increase that. So the more blood flow to an area, the more nutrients it's going to deliver to those areas that need it. That's why a lot of injuries happen, especially in the bodybuilding world, when people are using steroids, anabolics. Their muscle develops a lot faster than their tendons and ligaments, and that's why you see a lot of teared pecs, teared bicep. It's common because they're not training the eccentric. You have to train the eccentric. There's 3 different types of muscle contraction. There's concentric, eccentric, and there's isometric. They all have a role. But in my training, I'm always doing the eccentric, and then I mess with some isometrics too. And that's how we break through plateaus. Doing these different type of tempo work as a natural lifter, as we continue to lift for a long period of time. I'm talking about having 5, 6, 7 years under your belt of training. You got to find new ways to disrupt homeostasis. You can't just rely on your traditional bro split, keeping the reps scheme the same and tempo the same. You got to constantly change it up and find different ways to, like Arnold said it best, to shock the muscle. And that's where we start seeing growth happen, development happen, strength. We want to make sure that we get stronger in the lift, because then when we go into hypertrophy work, volume, we're able to use that strength that we worked for to be able to do more work now as in volume. So strength work, you could put on muscle, 100%. And then when we do volume, when we do new weights that maybe we used to get stuck at, now we're doing it for volume. Now we're going to be able to grow more efficiently, it's more effective now. And so we want to make sure we dabble in a lot of strength work too. Don't neglect it. I like to do strength work for my first lift, my A series lift. So if it's a back squat, that's my priority. I'm going to hit 5 reps. That's what I want to make sure. And then everything else, because my long-term goal is hypertrophy, 10 to 12 reps, maybe even more. Putting muscle on. Then I'm going to do a lot of volume. But in the compound lift that I want to get better at, that I know I can start loading, I'm fresh. I want to tap in some strength in there. This is my 4th set, and to be honest, this was going to be a long series of squats when I was doing this lift. First set and second set was brutal. I just straight set. I did straight sets, meaning I didn't change the load. I started with my last 2 sets that I finished last week of doing this. My second time hitting this workout. So this is my 3rd time hitting this workout. I decided let's just do 170 pounds all 4 sets because it's brutal and I'm definitely getting worked. If I went up, Yeah, I probably would have got 12, but it would have been a hard-ass 12, and I would have hated my life even more. I'm telling you, challenge yourself with tempo work, doing 4-second negatives. It's going to be new to you at first, because I'll tell you right now, when you first start doing it, you're going to lose track of how many reps you've done, because you're getting used to counting the tempo, and then on a neurological level, you're going to fatigue out a lot faster, because now you're using your brain, you're trying to figure out reps, you're trying to feel the movement, you're trying to do the movement correctly. So there's a lot of things happening, and you're going to get fatigued fast. And that's the cool thing about strength training. We go full range motion, build that joint, those connective tissues up, increasing joint space. So we're healthy. You know, this movement right here, B1 is our B series lift. This is our barbell split squat. So I'm trying to hammer knee over toe as much as I can so I can hit the medial part of the quad, the VMO, the teardrop that you see in the inner part of the thigh. Any knee over toe work is going to really hammer that muscle. So that's going to help with knee stability and everything. But for this split squat, the goal is to keep the hips square, to get the hamstrings to sit on the calves, and to stay in an upright position. Now, if you're new to this lift, I definitely recommend that you do a front foot elevated on a small box and do body weight, do dumbbell. This is barbell is something that you want to work towards long term. Like, that's something that you shouldn't do right away, because you're not going to have the ability to do it right away. So now B2, line hamstring curl, feet are out, and I'm dorsiflexing at the ankle, and this is going to work more lateral part of the hamstring, bicep femoris. So this is very important, just to change your feet position is going to help target different parts of the hamstring. So just remember that. I'm trying to do a 4-second negative here. I love this machine. This is my prime hamstring curl. So you can load it differently. You have 3 different areas you can load it, just to overload a certain range on the hamstring that maybe you're struggling at, that you want to build up. It's pretty freaking cool. So here's another angle of the split squat, and I'm big advocate for this one too, because my back squat used to suck, and ever since I started doing these more and really trying to this helps balance out your legs from left to right, so just structurally balance them to get them strong evenly, and to get your mobility better at the ankle, because you're doing a lot of knee over toe work, and you're hitting the hell out of the hip too. As I started doing these more and more, I finally clicked. When I get down in the end range, I'm like, oh, this is what it should feel like when you do a back squat, is getting into your hips, trying to get that hamstring to sit on the calf. That's what I try to make it feel like when I do a back squat. And if you want to see that, go scroll back to the back squat part of the video, and you'll see me trying to sit in my hamstring, into my hips. So here's another view of the hamstring curl. Look at how my feet are externally rotated out, their feet out. So I want you to, do something like that. You'll challenge a different part of the muscle, the hamstring, and it's just another progression. All right, C1. This is where things start getting interesting. Leg press and doing 25 reps. 1 minute rest. This was bad. I don't have a lot of. I have 270 pounds on the leg press, so definitely challenged me a lot, and was fatigued at this point. I didn't want to do this lift. I didn't even want to approach these 2 that we're about to do, and I knew that this is how I'm going to grow more. I have to push past that, because mentally I was just fatigued. I was done. The first 3 exercises beat my ass, so you got to push past this. Like the fixed movements, like leg press, where you don't have to worry about stability. Like, that's when you should save it for. You shouldn't do that stuff in the beginning when you're fresh. You should do the big stuff that's going to challenge stability, core, like your erector spinae muscle, everything like that. You want to do that in the beginning when you're fresh. You get the most out of other muscles than just your quads, hamstrings, hips. Here's barbell Romanian deadlift. When you do this one, focus on kind of sitting back into your hips. Bar pass should never move in front of your feet. That should stay in the middle part of your foot. Lats are tight. I'm doing 15 reps here. This was actually pretty bad too. And just working hip extension here, working higher part of the hamstring, glutes. And there's difference. There's stiff leg, and there's Romanian deadlift. Romanian deadlift has more bent knees. Stiff leg is exactly this way it sounds. So Here's incline gar hammer raise for the abs, more spinal flexion movement. And this is I'm focusing on brace. That's why I'm not going all the way down. You don't want to go all the way down because then you get into extension and you start feeling lower back. So I'm trying to focus on keeping my rib cage down as I come back down, but lift up with my core, trying to drive my knees overhead. This one's brutal. So I definitely try this. And when you do this, make sure you internally rotate your entire legs because that's going to take the hip flexors out. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the voiceover. All right, we just got done with the leg workout. Honestly, the last two exercises, the leg press and the Romanian deadlift, at that point, I was fatigued. I was just wanting to quit mentally, just not wanting to do it. And after I got done with my second set of both, I was about to call it and be like, I'm just gonna do 2 sets and get out of here. But who am I? Who am I to do that to myself? Just because it was getting hard up there mentally, where my body physically could go through so much more, but the easier way out would have been my brain telling me to call it out, to quit, to take that easy way. And I want you to know that nothing good ever comes out of just quitting on yourself. And that's what I told myself is, if I want that life that I want, that I vision myself wanting, I'm not going to quit just because something gets hard. And I love being able to utilize that mindset when it comes to training. My training is, I'm not going to quit on myself. Yeah, I made this workout, and I'm kind of an asshole for making myself a workout like this, but it is what it is. I feel damn good. I feel accomplished that I got that done, and I could go throughout my day feeling like I got a big win over my shoulders. So I like to look at it as doing the work in the gym and sticking it out, pushing yourself, even when you don't want to do it. There's going to be aspects in life where you don't want to do something, but you got to do it anyway, right? Especially if you want to get somewhere in your life and you see yourself being successful with wherever it may be in your life, that you got to push past those uncomfortable places that you're going to get to. So I like to utilize training as that. But other than that, I want to show you what my legs look like. I feel like they're a little pumped for sure, definitely fatigued. And yeah, let's just see what they're about. I like this lighting better. Nothing crazy. Legs feel good. Legs came a long way, for sure. I can't even see it in the screen right here. Like I see it, but I can't tell what's going on. It's as good as it's gonna get. So if you like, can't tell. So if you like the workout, make sure that you leave a like, comment below if you have any questions, and I hope you enjoyed the voiceover too and understand it. Remember, if you watch upper body day workout for Monday, this is leg day and this is gonna be on a Tuesday. This is how I'm running it. And make sure that you do the squat by itself, and then you got your split squat, hamstring curl. Those are paired together, but you still got rest between sets for both of those. And then you got leg press and you got Romanian deadlift paired together too, and they both have rest. And then we did the incline gar hammer raise, and that's by itself. Do that. Make sure you follow the sets, the reps, the tempo, and the rest. It's just like the voiceover and everything. I appreciate you, and yeah, we're looking forward to doing a lot of different videos just like this one. And this is the end of this workout, and I'm so happy about it. This was the 3rd week we got through it. Praise God, He's good, and I'm thankful that I'm able to put my body through this.